Hi, I'm Natalie Montagnani, and I'm a business and leadership mentor for women and the founder of Ignite Women in Business. And today I'm so excited to be recording with the fabulous Jen Melbert this video for you guys, which is basically the kick up the butt that you need to start entering awards. So this is why we're here today because the data shows that women actually win fewer awards. And in my experience, there's a lot of women out there achieving incredible things. I see Jen like, no.
Yeah.
Um, Achieving incredible things, but just not putting themselves forward. And just going for that public recognition of just how blooming amazing they are. So, Jen. So,
Yeah.
throughout this webinar, myself and Jen, who is co-founder of Growth Animals, aim to change that by providing you with clarity, some support, and practical guidance to help you confidently step into the spotlight. Does that sound good? So what we're going to be covering today, so this is really for all women in business. So this is, you could be a founder, or entrepreneur, you could be a senior leader, or you could actually be earlier in your career because it's all about the contribution you're making. It doesn't mean that you have to wait a certain amount of years or get a certain level of accreditations before you can enter an award. You can absolutely go for it, if you meet the criteria, obviously, of the awards. So today we're going to talk through some really important points that will just really hopefully clear the way for you to just get on and enter an award. So the first one is why women struggle, common misconceptions and myths, what judges are really looking for, which is interesting. I can't wait to hear this from Jen. How to articulate your achievements without feeling awkward, how to structure your entry, provide evidence and common mistakes to avoid, and how to prepare for a judge's interview if you make the shortlist. So I just want to caveat this with we are going to be talking about the structure for a typical business award. There are going to be other awards out there that maybe follow a different format, but for this one, Jen and I are going to be covering kind of what is the most typical format. So let me bring in Jen. Hello, Jen. Thank you for
Thanks,
being
Natalie.
here.
Oh, I'm
So
pleased to be here.
you're a brand and marketing strategist. You're also, most crucially, an awards judge. So you're on the inside.
I
And
have
someone
read,
who actually reads these
yeah,
entries.
I have read hundreds of entries.
Oh my
I
God.
can't wait to share some of the insider information.
Yes, I know. And I've never picked the brains of a judge before, so I'm so excited because I have my own misconceptions about awards,
Mhm.
um, having not done it yet, and I myself will be putting myself for an award because obviously I've got to walk the walk,
Ooh.
um, and talk the talk. So first of all, the first thing I wanted to tell you, ladies watching this, is really to just talk about, well, why are women struggling? Why do women not enter awards? And this is really the elephant in the room because, as I said before, it's not because of lack of achievement. It tends to be more because of social conditioning. From early on, girls are taught to be modest and wait their turn and let their work speak for themselves, while boys are praised for being confident, assertive, outspoken. So a man is likely to think, why not me? I'm going to enter that award and just go for it. Whereas a woman will think, I'll wait till I'm 110% sure. Does that resonate? I'm pretty sure that probably does right now because I know I'm exactly the same. I'm like, oh no, Ignite's not old enough. I've not achieved enough. I've not had enough this, that, and the other. When actually, of course, you have. So that's just speaking to what might be holding you back. So another thing that I hear is from women is that they don't want to be judged. There's imposter syndrome. They worry about being seen as too much or, who does she think she is? That's a common one that I hear. And so many brilliant women are opting out of doing awards before they've even started. And not putting you forward doesn't make you, you're not going to get an award for being humble by not entering an award. It just keeps you hidden. And so Jen and I are recording this today for you to literally please get out of your own way, own your expertise and achievements, and take a chance. So, some common misconceptions, assumptions, and myths. So, Jen, awards are for extroverts, loud people, and self-promoters. What do you think about that?
Absolutely not.
So
Absolutely
not.
not. In fact, we as judges are looking for like a clear sense of your business and your career and the impact that you make on your sector or other people or whatever your purpose might be. Actually, we can sniff out arrogance and self promoters in a negative sense.
Absolutely. Yeah. So someone might say, oh, if my work's good enough, someone else is going to nominate me. Just kind of waiting.
Yeah, but
What
it
would
doesn't
you
kind of,
say?
yeah, it doesn't really work like that in the types of awards that I tend to judge, because you have to nominate yourself, because they're so thorough
Yeah.
and so you go into so much depth in your application and your interview. You've got to nominate yourself. No one else can do that for you.
Yeah, so this is actually a misconception that I had because I'd heard about other people nominating people for awards, and I thought that meant that they did an entry for you. But that's not true. It
No.
just means that they're telling the awards ceremony or the awards organizer,
Yeah.
get in touch with you to say, you've been
Yeah.
nominated, you should enter an award. And then
Yes.
you then pick one that you think's relevant and go from there. So
Mm.
rather than someone else sort of doing it for you. So I think, yeah, you've just kind of, because I guess, when you see someone win an award, you think, oh, someone's recognized them. Someone's they just heard about this as a surprise, like, oh, you've been shortlisted, come to our award ceremony. That's not actually the truth, is it?
No.
And I know that that can happen. I think it's CBEs and OBEs. I mean, obviously, we're not going to get on that level of entry, but that again is something you put yourself forward for. Whereas I
Mm.
always thought it was something that was given to you, and
Mm.
it's like, oh gosh, wow, okay. So yeah, so those people haven't just been kind of gifted from God this award; they've actually put themselves out there. So kudos to them for doing that. So, what about this? Someone says, oh, everyone else has done something bigger and better than me. Why would I enter?
Well, actually, every entry is assessed against key set criteria in the types of awards that I would judge, and so you're very much scored against certain things. So it's like it's a level playing field, really.
Yeah,
It's not about what you've done outside of that award entry.
yeah,
Yes, I would go onto someone's website, I'd go on someone's LinkedIn, I'd look at their Google reviews, I would validate what they are saying in their entry,
yeah,
but it really is that piece of paper that gets you scored.
yeah. And also the awards tend to have categories that are appropriate to you, isn't it? So a
Yeah.
startup won't be compared against
No.
a big business. Like there's going to be, you know, young businesses, more established, medium-sized businesses, large business, etc.
Yeah.
And equally with if you're going for say a certain professional level, it'll be, well, this one is for kind of people starting out in their career, this one's for higher level, etc. So
Mm-hmm.
it tends to
Mm-hmm.
be categorized out, so you're not kind of up against, someone that's huge in your industry or and I think it's going to be like for like. So
Yeah.
that's the
Yeah.
good thing. Excuse me. So what if people think though, say for example, they are a young business, or they're in their first few years and they haven't got the numbers and the data and the scale yet. I
Mm.
mean, is it all about the numbers? Sometimes that does put people off, and I know a lot of businesses doing incredible things, but they haven't got the income yet. That's something
Mm.
in the future. They're laying all the foundations, they're proving the concept, but they
Mm.
haven't got the, oh, we're turning over millions and millions yet.
No, no. And actually often it's about like adversity overcome, or spotting an opportunity in the market, or overcoming a particular challenge that has created some innovation or a different way of work or something else that is
Yeah.
impact driven. It created an impact, but it didn't have to be financial. And personally also, I come from a brand point of view. I
Yeah.
don't care too much for the numbers. If I was an accountant judging an award, I would really scrutinize the figures. So it's quite useful actually to look at who is judging your category before you
Mm.
enter it, so you
Yeah,
can tailor your entry to speak to the person, the types of things that that person would be looking for. And
yeah.
I know with like this, the platinum awards in Sussex,
Mm.
you can see ahead of time who is going to be sponsoring and judging your awards. So do have a look and tailor your entry accordingly.
Oh yeah, no, that's gold. Absolutely. Um, Perfectionism. That's a big one for us girls, isn't it?
Yeah,
I'll just wait one more year until whatever I'm creating or doing
yeah,
is perfect. Like
yeah.
that is just, please, ladies, don't wait for the perfect. Please.
No,
Imperfect is perfect. Like
yeah,
just do it.
definitely, definitely. And also, you learn every time you do it because it's such an amazing exercise
Yeah,
from. I obviously come from brand and marketing background, but it's a really great exercise to review your business at
yeah,
the same time as filling out the entry form, because
yeah,
it really helps you see what your strengths and opportunities are. And there might be, you might highlight some stuff for yourself saying, right, actually, this would be a stronger entry if, and
yeah.
therefore, you know, for next year, what you need to include or what you need to have achieved. And also, you can ask the judges for feedback.
Oh,
So
right.
I,
Okay.
yeah, whenever I've entered award, I ask for feedback. Whenever I judge awards, I always say to everyone I interview, if you want any feedback, give us a call. And
Yeah.
I often willingly give that.
Gosh, I mean, that's actually my last point is if I don't win, it'll feel embarrassing, which is crazy, really, because the last thing you should feel is embarrassed. If you've put yourself
No,
out there, people aren't going to think, oh God, you're ridiculous for you, the fact you
no,
didn't win your award. They're going to think, well done you. They're going to think, I mean, especially if you get shortlisted, fantastic.
yeah.
I don't ever see not winning as a negative.
No,
I
no.
love the
So
thing.
there's so many reasons to do it,
Yeah,
not least the evaluation of your business that I've just said.
yeah.
The exposure that your name up on that big screen and in all the social media posts and everything gives you, that
Yeah.
credibility.
And you saying that you've put yourself forward for an award,
Yeah,
that says
yeah.
that you believe in what you're selling.
Confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And your team can get behind that. And I think
yeah,
it's such, yeah, it's in a weird way, it's not about winning.
yeah,
Obviously, that is the creme de la creme and the outcome that we'd all love. But
yeah,
actually just putting yourself forward, taking part in it can be just as rewarding as actually walking away on the night. Um,
yeah.
Yeah, so how about, is it about a popularity contest? Is it about the judge's favorite or who you know?
No.
No,
So
it's not.
every single awards I've ever judged have there's been a really thorough, robust judging process
Yeah,
where you get the application, you get to score it, you then get to shortlist, you then put forward your shortlist. No, sorry, then you interview,
yeah.
then you put forward your shortlist and your winner to a panel of other judges,
Mm.
and you decide together as a committee who is going to win that award. And it's scrutinized, and the judge has to really justify why they have put that person forward or that organization forward. And
Yeah.
there'll be an accountant there sitting looking on Companies House to look at all the account stuff. You know, there'll be someone on there on the Google reviews checking stuff. It's so robust, so
Yeah.
robust. Yeah.
It isn't just a clicky thing. It,
No,
it is
no,
genuinely, and that wouldn't be able to pass through. It wouldn't
wouldn't.
be just a mate,
No,
oh no, that's my mate, put him through because
no,
that just doesn't work.
no.
And that's not,
And there's been judges that have gone in and said it's going to be one person.
yeah.
And collectively, we've decided as a group of judges that actually that wasn't the right decision.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, and then
Can get
we,
overturned.
yeah, it can
Wow.
be overturned. Yeah.
Fabulous. Excellent. Oh, that's good for confidence on that one. Um, Talking about myself, this is the last one. Talking about myself feels cringy and arrogant because you do have to kind of, when you're writing, you've got such a, I think, a short amount of words, and you've got to puff yourself up. And that's quite hard for people to feel, certainly for women to do, I think. And you kind of just got to like just do it.
Yeah, but it's interesting because you can say generally people don't tend to work solely on their own ever. They're part of a community, a network, partnerships, all of these things. So you can weave in the fact that you have this community around you that you impact and they impact you, and there are humble ways of doing it without sounding egotistical. And use our own voices, use
Yeah.
our own tone of voice and our own way of talking about our businesses because it comes through in entries,
Yeah. And
that
I think
authenticity.
certainly when we're leading businesses, we've got to be proud of what we've achieved.
Yeah, yeah,
And that's not cringy. That's just owning the hard work.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And it's just
Definitely.
reframing in that in your mind that you're not being arrogant. You're
No,
actually showing the
yeah,
work that you're doing.
yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. Right. Part two. Really excited about this. What are judges really looking for, Jen? So this is where you're going to be giving us the absolute scoop. So if I could ask you, what makes an entry stop in your tracks? What really makes you go, "Oh,
Mm,
this is not," because
mm,
you are reading hundreds of these,
100. Yeah,
which I've got to say, that's a tough job.
yeah.
What makes you go, "Oh," especially with your brand hat
Yeah. So I
on?
do come at it from a brand point of view. So I'm looking for clarity and authenticity when I read entries. So I'm looking for someone who is really clear on who they are or who their organization is, what problem that they solve for the people that they work with, why that matters,
Yeah,
and what has changed because of you as an individual or you as an organization. And I'm looking for it coming across really authentically. So, not too much jargon, plain speaking, a distinct tone of voice. Really, it's a human approach to writing that entry.
yeah,
And I really want to see evidence of what that person's saying as well. And
yeah,
that doesn't have to be numbers, it
no,
can be testimonials, quotes, Google review scores, NPS scores, so net promoter scores, whatever evidence you have that has demonstrates that impact that you have made.
yeah. So are you writing it in the first person or the third person?
Well, if it's for a company, it would be a lot of we's and whatever the company name is. But obviously, if it's an individual entry, it would be I.
It would be.
But it
Okay.
doesn't really matter.
Right.
But do show the breadth and the gravitas of your organisation when you're writing that entry.
Yeah. Okay. Love that. Um, what instantly weakens an otherwise strong submission? So
Uh,
how can you kind of avoid like
oh, I've got
ruining your hard work?
I've got so many, so I'll have to cut it
Oh, go
down to a
on.
few.
Go on.
So cliches. So
Okay.
when you say like what makes you different, if someone says, I'm trustworthy, I'm professional, all the hygiene factors, well, of course you are, of course you are. So
Love
I
that. Yeah.
I don't want an entry that sounds like everyone else. I want
Yeah.
it to stand out and sound different.
Yeah.
They don't need to be over polished. They need to be human. If they're over polished, I suspect that you've commissioned an award writer that hasn't sat with you properly and gone through it with
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
and or AI,
Yeah.
and then I would just throw it out if I
It
thought that
was
AI
very
thing.
bland.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very brand. I'd say don't avoid the hard questions. Don't miss out information. Answer the questions in the entry like you would in a job interview. You wouldn't gloss over a question and waffle.
You
You
wouldn't
would,
give a politician the answer and just avoid
yeah,
it altogether.
exactly. Yeah. And I don't want to see any long, waffly paragraphs.
Right.
I don't want to see statements that can't be backed up. I'm quite good at looking for those. As I said earlier, inconsistency with your online presence. If you're saying one thing in your application for the award, your nomination, and then on your website it's completely different, then acknowledge why that might be different. Like, say it's because this is a specific project that, you know, whatever it might be.
Yeah.
But I'm going to be looking at other things, LinkedIn, website, online reviews. I will check for that.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
love that. Love that.
Yeah.
Um, Actually, one quick question. Is bullet points, is that a good thing?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
Like a
really easy.
CV.
Yeah.
Think of it like a CV.
Okay. Oh, that's
Yeah.
really useful.
Yeah. Because
Oh.
I'm, you know, the last awards I judged, I had 15 entries. I had to get it down to 5 to interview.
Mm,
Um, so yeah, if it's big paragraphs, no,
no,
bullet points, please.
love. Okay,
Yeah.
that's really good. Okay, I've kind of answered this question. Should you
Yeah.
include case studies and quotes?
Yeah.
You've already said hell yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Team
And
quotes, client quotes, testimonials, stats, all of
mm,
those things.
and then
Put
something
them
we
in.
have touched on, does it help if others nominate you as well as submitting your own entry? It doesn't,
No,
does it? No.
no, no.
Your entry is your entry.
Yeah.
If you want to include quotes and testimonials, that's great. But them nominating you just gets you alerted to the fact a
Yeah.
nomination's happening. That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah. And I just to reiterate what I said, your
Yeah.
entries have to be so thorough and so authentic to you. It's
Yeah.
got to be you entering it.
Yeah.
And if you use an awards agency to do it with, or your publicist or whatever, just sit with them and do it together because it's got
Yeah.
to be from your heart.
Yeah. I mean, I was actually working in a company 20 years ago, and actually somebody within the business was doing the award entry on behalf of one of the leaders, but they did work incredibly close together.
Yeah.
So it did work,
Yeah.
and we actually did win it. So that was really good.
Because in the interview stage, I've had it where someone else has turned up that didn't write the award,
Right.
didn't write the award entry, and there was inconsistencies between what was said,
Oh
and
no.
they clearly hadn't read the
Oh
entry and
no.
didn't write it.
That's
So,
embarrassing.
like,
Why would
no,
you do
absolutely
that?
not. I
Why would
know.
you do that? Didn't even read it beforehand. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Ladies, don't do that. Okay.
No, don't do it.
Moving on to part three, which is articulating your achievements without feeling awkward. So, I mean, we've kind of touched on this already, but
Mm,
it really is talking about the service that you're providing. And it's not about just kind of like ego and just self-promotion for the sake of it. It's about leadership.
mm,
And something that I know I've heard people saying, which is really interesting. I've heard women saying that they've seen a competitor win and they're annoyed about it because they're like, well, they don't do it as well as we do, or I've got more experience, or whatever it might be.
mm.
And it's like, yeah, but you didn't put yourself in for that award.
Yeah. Got to be
So
in it to
they
win it.
won. You've got to be in it to win it,
Yeah.
literally, don't you? And
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, don't just sit moaning about other people,
Yeah.
like your competitors winning. Get
Yeah.
in there. You just gotta kind of just do it, haven't you?
Yeah.
And you say that obviously the um I know you've said to me that you've judged people where you love their honesty and
Yeah.
the evidence just
Yeah.
makes them a clear winner.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, I've got a great example of that actually. When I judged a category for an awards, which was around employer of the year,
yeah.
and a woman won. Can I say
Oh,
who it is, or should we keep it anonymous?
oh no, I'm sure she won't mind. Let's promote her.
Okay,
Well
well it
done.
was it was actually the company, sorry,
Oh,
one was
right,
Lionel Hitchin,
right.
and the CEO, Eva,
Mm,
she wrote the entry
right.
and she turned up for the interview, and she
Oh,
is the CEO. So she hadn't outsourced it to anyone else, which would have
yeah,
been really easy to do. She could have given it to comms, to marketing. She could have employed an awards writer, whatever. But
yeah.
she wrote it herself. And it was so honest and so authentic that she was a hands down winner of that category for me and the fellow judges. There was about
Oh,
4 of us on the panel. What she talked a lot about was overcoming challenges,
Right.
overcoming adversity in the organization, and the tangible ways that they had thought strategically and solution focused to overcome it all. And it was a really moving entry, because actually, although it did have an amazing effect on the bottom line of Lionel Hitchin as an organisation,
Yeah.
actually her impact was on the people
Yeah.
that are employed by Lionel Hitchin, and then that impact on agriculture, because they are a growing company, they grow things. And my God, it was so moving to have her talking about it from the heart, right from the entry through to when she accepted it on stage. So I was blown away.
Well, I mean, for me, authenticity and transparency are just why women make blooming good leaders in the first place.
Yeah,
So,
she's fantastic.
ladies, please put that in your awards brief,
Yeah,
because, as Jen said, that was just a hands down. So I love that. I really love that.
mm,
It's not about trying to be something you're not. It's
no.
literally about just being you, isn't it?
Yeah. And don't try and be something you're not,
No.
because judges can sniff it out. Like,
Yeah.
lie, if you lie on there, you can tell, or someone will find out, because you take your answers to a panel and
Yeah.
someone will go, no, they didn't do that, or no, they've not got an office in Hampshire, or no, they haven't been trading for that long. Like, don't
Right.
exaggerate. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Keeping it real, ladies.
Yes.
Section 4, how to structure your
Yeah.
entry, provide evidence and common mistakes to avoid. So I think
Yeah.
we've covered some of these. So obviously, I mean, AI, guys, we love AI. I love AI. It's my best friend, but
Yeah.
it's a tool. Don't let it just do the whole
No,
thing.
you
Yeah.
can tell. You can just tell there's some markers that specifically people in marketing probably can spot.
Yeah.
So don't use it. I'd rather see typos and repetition of the same word throughout an entry than I would some of the, in the realm of, or it's not this, it's this. That
Mm.
real, those markers for AI, it just drives me
Yeah.
nuts. And I won't put you forward. Like, I
No.
literally would not put someone forward if I knew AI had written it.
Yeah. But it could be useful for, say, a first draft. If you want to just do kind of like a brain download, it puts something
Yeah.
together and then you can personalize it. But
Yes, I would. Yeah,
yeah,
I'd maybe say, like, write a structure for me of how I'm going to get this across, or something like that. But
yeah.
never the actual
Or have I
content.
missed anything? Because obviously
Yeah,
my AI knows me better than
yeah,
I
yeah,
do.
yeah,
So it could be
yeah,
like, oh, do you think I've missed a point
yeah,
here that I could add? And it will help
yeah.
you. So tool,
Definitely,
lady, not just gospel writing here.
exactly,
Um,
exactly.
You've already said avoid cliches, write your
Yes,
own entry, know
yes,
who's judging your category.
yes. Taking your
Which
emphasis.
I didn't even think about. So I love
Yeah,
that one. That's a really good one.
yeah,
Answer the question being asked, not the one you prefer.
yeah.
That's so classic.
Definitely,
Yeah, I think I'd have to hold
definitely.
myself to account there, because I'd be like, oh, but I want to talk about that.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
can't, you've got to answer, because obviously you're having to compare all these people. So you can't just have people going off in a tangent talking about whatever they want.
yeah,
Um, be honest about challenges, not just
yeah,
successes. You just covered
yeah,
that lady. And make your entry easy to read and easy to skim. So that's where the bullet
yeah,
points, subheadings,
yeah.
etc. would
Like a
be,
CV.
yeah,
Yeah,
ideal,
yeah,
really. Okay, start early. Rushed entries feel like rushed
yeah.
entries.
You can tell.
Oh
Yeah,
God.
yeah. And as
That'd
I
be
keep
me.
saying,
I was
it's
always
like,
a homework the night before kind of girl.
uh,
So
but it's a
I'd
real
have to,
opportunity to evaluate your business through
yeah,
the lens of the questions that are asked. So embrace it, and
yeah,
use take your time.
yeah, absolutely. And then don't put that pressure on yourself either, right? Because
Mm,
if you're doing it last
mm,
minute, it's going to feel
mm,
stressful, and you
mm,
don't want it to feel stressful. And I think also, I don't know about you, but I think it's always good to write something, leave it for a few
mm,
days, go back to it. And then sometimes I'm like, oh no, I don't like the feeling that I'm getting from that today. I
mm,
need to tweak it slightly. So it's nice to give yourself the time to do
mm.
that. Would you recommend getting help from others? Maybe, I don't know, someone in your team maybe to look at it, or if you know a branding expert to have a look at it. I
Yes.
could be sending it to
Yeah,
you.
absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah, like a
feedback's
collaboration
good, right?
would be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. In fact, I had a really good example of where a brilliant comms professional in an organization wrote the entry and turned up to the interview, and actually I awarded them the prize.
Right.
But on the night, the people that the very, very senior leadership rocked up to actually collect the award. So I had no connection to these people.
Oh,
They didn't know
okay.
me from Adam. They ignored me afterwards in the bar when I went to speak to them about it, and they were like, "We can't believe we've won. Like, we didn't even really know we were entered for this award." And I was like, "Oh my
Oh,
god! Like, talk to each other. This is important stuff." And
yeah,
they won it over another company who could have been more deserving
yeah,
because everyone would be involved. So I think collaboration with these awards is crucial. Get everyone behind it. Get
yeah,
everyone anticipating. Are you going to win? Are you not?
yeah.
Celebrate the next day whether you win or
Win or
not.
lose. Yeah.
Put it on LinkedIn whether you win or not. Yes. So use
Yeah,
external people that you trust, internal people that you trust, your customers. Yeah.
absolutely. No, I love that. Proofreading spell check. That's always
Yes. I
still a
mean,
classic
simples,
one. Just, yeah.
simples. Yeah.
It just looks professional. If you're making
Yeah.
really silly mistakes, it just, again, looks like you've rushed it, not really, you don't
Yeah.
care, which is
Yeah.
not the emphasis you want to be giving.
Yeah.
Um, you've said about the senior leader, ideally, if you're entering on behalf of the company, should be writing it or at least very close to the
Very
content of
close.
it.
Yeah.
And then the last one is make time for the interview and turn up prepared, because this is a bit I did not know about
Yeah.
um, until you started judging awards and you were talking to me, and I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't realize. So this is the final part, ladies, of today's show, which is making the shortlist and preparing for a judge's interview.
Mm,
I didn't
mm.
realize. I thought all the judging was done from the applications. I did not realize there was an interview
No.
process.
There
So
is there for some,
yeah.
the more the for some awards it is just an application. They're
Oh,
not a
okay.
preference for judging, but the majority there is an interview. There is an interview, and that's what helps you win it. So you'd be shortlisted down to five, and then the judge would pick a winner from those interviews. And I've had it where people have not turned up to the interview. Yeah.
I'm
Or they've,
sorry, why you've gone to all that effort
yeah,
and you don't
yeah,
turn up?
yeah. Or
Why?
they've sent someone else to the interview. The ones that I take the most seriously are where there's more than one person who I get to interview
Yeah.
from perhaps a couple of different levels within the business, but it's really lovely to see the most senior person in the organization turn up to that interview,
Yeah.
because I know that then it's not just like a should we enter some awards this
Yeah.
year. It's a
Absolutely.
determination to get their team recognized. So yeah, turn up,
Wow.
make time
Is
for
it,
it.
do you know if is it always in person? So, for example, if you're entering an awards ceremony and it's the other end of the country, are you going to be expected to travel, or
No,
is
not at
Zoom
all.
or appropriate, or Teams? Does that happen?
Yeah, video call is absolutely fine.
Fine.
Some judges do see people face to face. I have
Yeah.
never. I always do everything on video. Oh,
Oh,
actually, sorry, that's a lie. That's a lie. Some
yeah.
of them are actual um put on, like as in specifically put on a day of judging. So I did
No.
some up in London at a big hotel up there, and everyone did have to travel for that. But
Oh,
the majority you can do on Zoom.
okay. Okay.
Yeah,
And is it you're just meeting with the judge of
the
that
judge.
category
The judge or
rather than a
judges.
whole?
The judge
Could
or
be multiple
judges.
judges. It could be
Yes,
multiple. Oh my
it
God,
can be
that
multiple.
sounds scary.
Yeah,
But
but
I
it
think
isn't. It's not an interrogation. It's not a test. It's a conversation. Like, the judges want you to succeed.
yeah.
It's like having a lovely job interview with some people that just want you to show them what your qualities are, rather than interrogating you and making you feel uncomfortable. No one wants that.
or trying to catch you out on something. It's not
Yeah.
about that.
No, no, no,
Okay.
no.
Yeah. So, and how long does that tend to last? Is it like 20 minutes?
Yeah,
Half
like
an
half
hour?
20 minutes, half an
Yeah.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. And how would you prep for that interview? Like, what would you need to get ready? I mean, obviously, you've done your award entry.
Yeah.
I guess maybe, do you want to just have some more backup stats or?
Yeah, I'd just be consistent with the entry. I'd
Yeah.
be consistent with the entry, like have the bullet points from your entry. Don't have scripts. We want to hear things naturally from the heart.
Yeah.
Have 3 or 4 messages that you really want to be remembered, that you want
Right.
the judge to leave with.
Yeah.
Clear examples of impact and things backing up what you're saying. 1 or 2 key numbers that matter,
Yeah.
and the challenges that you've overcome, not just your successes, because that speaks to being able to overcome adversity and problem solving and all of those
And
things.
that's true leadership as well, isn't it?
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
It's
Sure,
not
sure.
just about the good
Yeah,
stuff. So,
yeah.
and obviously with your branding hat on, it's that differentiating yourself and standing out is
Okay.
so,
What
so
makes you different?
important.
Mm,
Yeah. So that's something that women really need to make sure that they understand and know
yeah.
and own it, really. Love it. Okay. So I think we've given you some absolute gold. Thank you so much for your expertise on that, Jen. I think, yeah, I mean, it's really, I think, demystified a lot of it, which does put us off. And I think, you don't need to be anything more than you already are. You just need to be braver and just step forward and just do the submission. Big girl pants time.
Yeah.
And it's not about vanity. I think certainly leading a business or being in leadership or being, keen driving forward your career, you've got to get comfortable feeling uncomfortable because you're going to have to put yourself forward for promotions. You're going to have to put yourself forward for things. You're going to have to pitch to clients or wherever it might be. So that needs to be just a part of you that you grow and develop and become more confident with because yes, it's going to feel a bit cringy maybe the first time you do it, but maybe the second time it'd be a tad easier and then a tad easier. And you never know, you may win and then you'll be fully like emboldened to like enter every award under the sun. So yes, it's not about recognition, as we've kind of discussed. It is about credibility, and it opens doors to new
Mm,
opportunities. I know that
mm,
when you see a company entering an award or being an award winner, it does make a difference
mm,
to how you
mm,
perceive that business or a member of a team if they've won an award and it's on their LinkedIn profile. Again, it just puts you in a different league. And something that is really important to me, and I'm sure it's important to you as well, is that by women being more visible and winning awards, it really shows other women what's possible
yeah.
and young girls. You never know who's watching. I've got 2 little girls. You might have nieces, you might have granddaughters, whatever it might be, but they're all watching you. And if we can just be that example for them about being brave and standing up and showing how amazing we are, it just be that inspiration and be that trailblazer. Um, and yeah, I just go ahead. Just good luck, ladies. Just from
Yeah.
Jen and I. Thank you so much, Jen, for today.
You're
And just
welcome.
a huge, huge good luck. Just do it, okay? So just research what awards are out there, where they are, when the deadline dates are, and just, download the entry form, have a look at it, and just put yourself forward. And if you need to get someone to kind of like, be your cheerleader and say, right, come
Yeah.
on, do it. Let me know when you're
We'll
ready.
do it. We'll
But
do
we'll
it.
be your cheerleaders. If you haven't
Yeah.
got anyone, please just reach out to us on social
Yes. Yeah.
and just tell us what you've entered and give us some feedback on this video. And I really, yeah, just wish you all of the luck in the world and just be brave. Please be brave. Excellent. Thank you so much, my
Right.
lovelies. Take care. Bye.